Okay, so you did, yeah, you did get that video I sent you of the guy dressed up as Robin.
I did.
Oh
I
my
did.
god, that was yeah,
I want to see it.
that was so fucking bad. Oh Jesus, like Jesse literally told me. She sent me a message. She's like, stop sending me shit like that. I love sending cringe things to people and just seeing how they react.
God.
It's fucking the
I feel
best.
my soul, like every time I see it, I feel like my soul's going into a black hole. Like it's just like
God.
I'm slowly dying from existence.
Is this somebody you know or what?
Who, Jesse?
Or what do you?
What?
Oh
What's
no,
up?
the picture that you're showing or the video or whatever you're
Oh
talking
no,
about.
no,
Oh
it's just
no,
a
no, no,
cringe.
no,
He's
no.
on a cringe
Oh.
page.
No, I
I see.
I follow a lot of cringe pages like cringy with a Q.
Yeah.
And like I don't know why I'm a sick person. Ryan, would you say I'm a sick
Yeah, we
person?
know.
You need help.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe. A
Where's
little bit.
your recording bots?
Oh,
Your
I'm not
friends?
using that. I'm just recording through Streamlabs now.
Oh.
Yeah. The bots were fucking not. They were not reliable at all.
Oh,
my
no
God,
kidding,
they were
eh?
so bad.
What the hell were their names? Like Gary and Bob or some shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
Craig and Georg.
Yeah,
Oh, Craig
that's
and
it.
Yark,
Yeah. They were bots made by somebody from Discord, and they're just.
Honestly, though,
I guess
I
they.
think they were like your best guests, though.
It's consistent.
They were the most consistent, and they left all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, fuck this shit.
If Dano's watching this right now, he's smashing his keyboard, being like, "You can run, but you can't hide." What's this guest on this episode? SwordKira. That reminds me, I have to intro this bitch. Let's get into it. Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored, episode number 47. We had a little bit of a long intro there, but I am, of course, joined by our old pal, friend of the podcast, and I might add, I gotta look at the views. This is just YouTube, not Spotify, but actually, your episode has the most views. Well, episodes, because you were on episode 2 and 3.
Nice.
And I think you were on... Yeah, you were on those ones, right? You weren't on any other ones.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you were on number 8, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because
it's been a while.
That was when we did the Game Pass Fanboys. That was 9 months ago. Yeah, because then remember, because on episode 14 we talked shit about.
I do.
We talked shit about your NFT.
Yeah,
I
remember that.
And then you said, "I'm gonna kill myself."
Yeah, but my NFTs are doing so good right now. I can't believe you talk shit about that.
Okay, no, but seriously, actually, are they?
No.
Okay. I
No.
was like, I think everything kind of shit the bed, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So what do you think nowadays about NFTs? Do you think that was kind of a fad? Do you think it's...
No, I think they'll come back. They'll come back again. It'll be a while, but it'll blow up again. I feel like crypto is just going to go in these cycles. Like, this is like the third time that I've seen Bitcoin crash.
Yeah.
And I guarantee it's going to blow up again, and it'll probably get it'll be even more money than it was, you know? I truly do think that's going to happen.
Well, what's it standing at right now?
Last time I looked, I think it was like 20,000
What
Canadian.
the fuck? 28,000 Canadian? That's nuts, dude.
No, just 20,000. I think last time I looked. But anyways, but honestly, what's kind of killing crypto right now and is the fact that they made it so that you can't really mine it and make money mining it off of it anymore. Because what a lot of people didn't realize that made crypto as crazy as it was the mining space.
Right.
And now that mining isn't really an option anymore, it's just lost its, like, what people liked about it or what people were striving for with crypto, making that quick buck and the excitement around it, and that's kind of gone right now.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I think that's
Are
true.
you,
And I think a lot of people, I think a lot of it too got destroyed by speculative market, like with like NFTs went from something like usable and art to
Yeah.
like just full on just like Ponzi schemes and
Yeah.
just full on rug pulls. Twitch streamers and YouTubers that are doing fucking rug pulls out of control. Fucking
Oh
out of
yeah.
control. And that,
Yeah.
that's shit coins and NFTs. So that's
Yeah,
both.
the shit coins were getting a little annoying. Like I like coins and NFTs that have like serve a purpose and actually have functionality behind them. I'm not a fan of NFTs or crypto that literally serve no purpose at all.
Yeah, like Doc's NFTs.
Yeah,
are
like his actually
you?
serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
mining at the moment, or have you
No,
stopped?
no, my mining rigs are shut down right now. I would be
Yeah.
losing money if I was mining right now.
Are you? What's your plan? Are you going to just hold on to it, or are you planning
I
on?
I've been thinking about it. I don't know. If I sell my newest cards, it'd be unfortunate because I'd take a considerable loss. My
Mhm.
old cards are long gone and paid for now. Like I did really good on my older stuff, but
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, I don't know. Actually, technically, there's two ways to look at it. I wouldn't really be losing any money because the heat generated by
Yeah.
my cards would heat up my house. My basement is heated by electric heat regardless. So
Mhm.
technically, I wouldn't be losing any money. I'd be generating money with the heat that I'm producing that I would otherwise be producing anyway. So there's that kind of way of looking at it. So I don't know. I might start them up just for that sole purpose.
So you got a Tesla house? What you're saying?
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
Fair
got
enough.
a self-sufficient on a
But
mining
in
rig.
Yeah.
summertime, it would just be a complete loss.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I'd be inputting more money into electricity than I would be acquiring. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, and it'd be hotter than tits down there.
Oh, in summertime it would be disgusting.
Like, can you imagine if it
Which
wasn't
I
if it
which
wasn't
I
a
did run it
basement?
in summer. It was gross. Oh
Oh,
God, yeah, yeah.
if it was um if it was a normal level, like ground level, or if imagine it was like a second story. Holy
Yeah.
fuck, would that be
Oh
a
my
hot room?
God.
Oh yeah.
It'd be like, hey,
Well, back when I was streaming and I had that loft, I basically heated that loft with my Bitcoin rig. It was actually kind of sick. I kept it in the basement. It was like a two-story loft, and the basement part of it just had the bathroom, and I'd run it in the
Okay.
bathroom hallway, and that heat would just lift and rise up into the loft part, and it would heat the whole room. So that was kind of cool. And that loft was exclusively heated by electricity. So it was at no loss to run it at all, so I
that
never even had to run the baseboard heaters.
yeah, that used to be like a meme where, well, it still kind of is, but where they'd have like a picture of an apartment building in the winter. It'd be like, guess who's mining crypto? And it's
Oh
like the
yeah,
one area there's no snow on the roof.
either they were mining crypto or they had to grow up. It was either one.
Yeah.
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 Well, there's that one guy. I can't remember his name, but he's a Asian guy. He's a really famous mining YouTuber, and he had this whole fucking crazy setup in an apartment, and he's like, I don't even live here. I just have my mining set up here. I pay the rent. He's like, I pay it in crypto, and he's got like foil on the walls and like foil in
Yeah.
certain areas, and he's got
Holy.
ventilation. And he's got dedicated like box fans and stuff. And I'm like, holy shit.
I don't see like one thing about doing shit like that is you're running a high risk of having a fire because those plugins and breakers aren't designed for that. You know what I mean? And I think
Oh,
that's pretty selfish in an apartment where you are potentially risking other people's lives.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean with other people? Because like there's a pretty good chance that could go up in flames, and like so like even running my mining machine in my house, there was times that were like fuck, I don't even know if like my cat's at home. Like I just didn't really feel comfortable all the time, because I would never forgive myself for something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for my pets, right?
You're like,
So-
my ex-girlfriend burned up, whatever. Fuck.
Yeah.
There were some
Yeah.
casualties, whatever. But
I didn't give a shit about myself, but I definitely cared about my cats.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I want that OnlyFans sub back if she does die.
Oh my goodness.
You're like, shut up. That was our secret.
Yeah.
But seriously though, what we were talking before the podcast about an upcoming event, and I think it'd be funny if Ryan did bring a doll instead of a date to the wine and cheese party. I think it'd be really funny. 'Cause he's
So
supposed to-
it's a wine and cheese party? Like it's just a social gathering?
yeah,
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah.
our buddy Dallin kind of, for people who are just, we were talking before the podcast, so there's no context here, but yeah, our buddy wanted to do a wine and cheese party for a while, so we're kind of planning it for like this weekend on, I think it's a Friday or Saturday, but it's early. We're doing it
Saturday.
we're doing it early because people are obviously doing Halloween plans, but
Yeah.
but yeah, you know, Ryan had to beg us to bring his new girlfriend, and it's like,
Oh god.
Oh, I'm fine.
he's like, please, Cody-chan.
Dude, originally it wasn't even like it was my idea. Even the fact that, because remember he was like, oh, he wanted to do it on tomorrow, and I'm like,
Okay, yeah.
in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, why not Saturday? And
Yeah.
then like I kind of thought, you know, Jesse's doing everything, and then he has his plans in the evening. But I'm like, well, everyone's plans are in the evening. Why don't we just like plan it like a 3, 4 to 7 or something like that, so you guys can do your thing in the afternoon? Oh yeah. What? Yeah, no one's fucking doing shit on the weekend. Why don't we do it?
Yeah.
Ryan Chan.
It's
where was
you know,
my
common
invite?
sense. Well,
Yeah. Where was
you
his
didn't think-
invite?
Well, it's not beer and cheese, so
I know, like literally.
Ryan just doesn't want me to steal his girlfriend.
Oh, that's true. He's gonna come in there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to go all fucking emo like Cody did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, well.
that's a true story. I don't know if we ever told that on the podcast, but this,
Oh, I'm sure we have.
I think we did at one point. Yeah, I can't remember. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's been so long, dude. I've almost been
You've
doing
almost
this for a
recovered.
year. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm still emo, but I've almost been doing this pod for a year. It's crazy, but yeah, that was fucking back in high school, dude. It's so funny looking back now because I was being such a little bitch. It's so funny though.
oh, you're being
like-
you were literally, you would be on that cringe.
No, I would.
You would. Yeah.
That's the funny thing. I make fun of these people, but it's like, dude, like the Tic Tacs I would be making if I had
Oh.
TikTok when I was.
Oh my god,
Holy
you would
fuck.
be too.
It would have been
Yeah.
like Naruto sadness and sorrow music,
Yeah.
and it would have been like,
And you would probably be like editing your eyes into the Uchiha eyes
Oh,
and like just have the room all dark and
Oh,
stuff and like,
God.
oh man, you totally would.
oh, I can't, no, I can't deny that. I totally would have, and I would have been like, I will get my girlfriend back.
Holy.
But looking back now, I think you actually took a bullet for me.
Oh, I
looking
think
back.
I did. Holy shit.
I mean, obviously, we're not going to talk about who it was or anything, because that's not what we do on here. Friends of the podcast know that. But I will say that, yeah, like that ended up fucking crazy. That family was a little nuts. So,
yeah,
but
like religious cult nuts.
yeah, religious cult. But
Literally, yeah.
but you could take a seed and go to Australia and plant a farm.
Yes,
That-
and build a whole farm from that seed.
Yeah, that kid, guys, like listening. I'm serious. If you're listening to this is what this fucking guy said. This was this lady. It was her, I guess, stepfather, technically, wasn't it?
I don't even know.
Or it might have been her real father. Yeah, I think it was her real father. Either way, he was a creepy religious zealot, and he literally told his son that, like, he could do anything he wants, which is that's nice. But he's like, yeah, you could literally take a single seed and take it anywhere you want. He said Australia because he wanted to go to Australia, I guess. But he's like, you can take it that single seed and you can grow it into a farm just because you want to. I'm like, you want to give a little more
Yeah.
context with that, bad boy?
Yeah.
A little bit of money, maybe a little bit of travel expense. No, he's just gonna swim across. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Just delusional, right?
Mhm.
And that's why, Yeah, a lot of those hardcore religious. I think that's what, and this sounds fucked up to some people, I'm sure, but I'm kind of glad that religion is kind of slowly dying out of um, like your common man, like your common person is not interested in religion anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of an old ideology, unless you're in the
You know what?
the Middle East.
I don't know about that. I would say it's more it's not as forced upon.
Yes.
It's not as vocal as it used to be. I don't think
I think in Western civilization, I think religion is dying because maybe not in the cities, I don't know, but I can speak for rural areas. At least in my town, it's certainly dying. There used to be like 3-4 churches here. I think there's only 2 left. And not only that, I don't know a single person that goes to church. But when I was younger, all my friends went to church. Well, basically because they were forced to, and all their families did too. But like nobody goes to church anymore.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that's just a different way to think about it. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I know the one thing I've noticed is with Canada we get a lot more immigrants and which like I notice in this area that we're in I notice a few more churches that have started up because of the immigrants that have come in.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like a lot of the Eastern provinces, like obviously like Muslims and the Filipinos are deeply religious, like Catholics. And
What's their religion? Is Catholic?
Catholic. Yeah.
Catholic.
Okay.
Because they were conquered by King Philip, which is why it's called the Philippines. Because it was conquered by King Philip, and he was spreading Catholicism, and that's why a lot of the remaining like Filipino people they're highly Catholic because that's how that land got conquered, and that's where they spread the religion. So, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong because I think people can have religion and do good with it, but I don't like the old school religion of where I'm religious, so I'm good automatically by default, even though I'm usually the most terrible person in the room. I think there's been a widespread of spiritualism now. That's where I fall under. I don't know. I don't know if this world's a simulation. I don't know if there's an afterlife. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I like to believe there's something after, but I don't know what. And I certainly don't think it's the God in the Bible, because the God in the Bible just seems like it. If you break it down to its most basic text, it kind of just seems like it was a way to keep people in line before we had law and order.
It's funny. I've thought about this a lot. Me and my grandpa always have debates on religion. I'm not religious myself. I still respect everybody else's religions, but I like to debate with my grandpa because he's a very Christian or whatever. And the one thing that personally annoys me, I mean, I'm not saying that you're right or wrong, but this particularly annoys me, is he's always like, God has a plan for everybody.
Yeah.
And it just, to me, it's just laziness to say that, because that means your entire life is written on a stone somewhere, right? And I just thought about this yesterday, and it's kind of crazy because literally I was just thinking about this yesterday. So if you say that God has a plan for everybody, that like your entire life is like it was meant, like when people get into accident, it was meant to be, or whatever, like that. So is sin the only free thinking that we have as humans?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
right. If you think about it, right? So that means that sin is the only free thinking that we have as humans. If that's true, then if everything was meant to be, if God has a plan for everybody, then that means out of that plan is sin, and then that means that sin is the only way that we can free think.
Yeah, and then
if that's the truth, then fuck, I'm glad to be a sinner, because
well,
I don't know.
But like then that also opens the door for me to say, what does it mean when somebody's born, fucked up? Somebody's born, like what was God like? Is it sixth sense of humor?
That's what, and I was just talking about this with my coworker today. I said, what kind of sick God could have a child be born with these uncurable diseases and have them suffer.
Yeah.
But then the answer always is like
He works
it
in
was meant
mysterious
to
ways.
be. Yeah, it works in mysterious ways. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to tread on anybody who
No.
might listen to this that's religious. I'm sorry
No,
if you feel that way, but it's just
yeah.
that's my argument. That's personally why I don't believe in religion, because I don't think a higher being could do something like that.
No, I don't, and it could be the fact that maybe there is something all powerful, but it just like is not that powerful. It's not as powerful as we think anyway. It's not omniscient. Like it can't prevent everything, so that's why it happens. But like, because it is weird when you think of like humans, just think about how perfect we are in our body, like how everything kind of works exactly the way we need it to do, like our hands and everything. And again, yeah, people say it's evolution and stuff, but they still can explain why the human brain doubled in like I think it was 2,000. It was either 2,000 or 200,000 years, but the human brain doubled. And then there's people that think it was psychedelics, and then other people think it was aliens came to the planet, and they actually basically made they took the chimpanzees that were here and they accelerated their evolution, and that's what made man. So I don't know. It's a wild theory that I liked. I think I brought it up on here before actually, but I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's called the prison planet theory. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So the prison planet theory is that humans are not actually, we don't actually belong on Earth. We're actually aliens, and we actually crash landed here, and we just kind of made the best of what we could, and we survived, and here we are today. And that's why like everything on this planet is out to kill us, and how everything like, a dog won't die of the flu, or a wolf, any of the natural homeboys, they won't die of a lot of diseases. But humans, fuck, we can die of everything. We're so weak. And when you look at how weak we are compared to everything else on this planet, like in our natural forms, it's weird to think about. So I don't know.
Well, I personally think we are devolving as a species, because
I agree.
we've taken out survival of the fittest completely. Like everybody gets to survive now. That's how everything evolved, is survival of the fittest. You'd have genetic mutations that would excel over the past version of it, and they would produce more because they have an easier time surviving, and thus continue on the cycle. But that's not the case anymore. Everybody gets to reproduce, and in fact, it's kind of a shame. But in some places, it's actually people who are less intelligent and that are producing more in certain cases. So I don't know. Like I feel like we're going to be devolving as a species because we've taken out that survival of the fittest.
And it's actually statistically factual that intelligent people are reproducing less, like because they're putting more into their career and their whatever they're into, science, all that shit. They're devoting more time to that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, just how things work out. Like it's just like I don't know, like think of like marriage and shit like that too, right? Think of like just a basic relationship.
Yep.
Just like how much one person has to like it always like maybe this is kind of a touchy subject too with the whole male and female thing and guys like about relationships on how like it was hard. It's I'm now in a relationship, but it's been a long time, and for longest time too I and this too, Cody.
Yep.
I honestly considered not being in a relationship at all.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, why? What benefit, like, other than, I guess, sex, what benefit
you can get that from me?
What benefit does my partner give me?
Yeah. And
and besides sex, but like I have friends that are supportive.
And we'll have sex with you.
I guess, yeah. But like, you know what I mean, though. Like, what I'm
Yeah,
having a hard time explaining it,
I totally understand what you're
and
saying.
I think people are now seeing that more.
Yeah.
And it's just like women are becoming, I don't know. I want to say, I want to be nice and be like, well, true to a certain factor that women want to be more independent. And because of it, though, it's just like, it seems like, what the fuck? I'm trying to find the wording for this and it's kind of fucking falling apart, but it's like there's these fake expectations or way higher expectations that these people like women expect from men.
Yeah.
And maybe it is the same for guys for women, I don't know, but like again, it's just like my mom goes, "Are you gonna have a kid? You ever gonna have a kid?" And I'm like, you know, and then that's another thing. I don't think I'll ever have a kid. Like I'm pretty content with just having a pet and calling it my kid, like Jericho.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like because and my reasoning for that though is because of just like how schools are going and how fucking and no offense to you, Cody, because I feel like we have very similar beliefs and thoughts and stuff like that. But I feel like the general, like when I look at the general look of parenting, it fucking cringes me, man. It's just like, again, like you guys were just saying earlier, it's just like everyone gets to live, everyone gets to be first place, everyone gets to be second place. You know what I mean? It's just like everyone has a fucking soft backbone now. No one has a fucking like everyone's a fucking pussy and like, oh, fucking my kid, like I don't know.
I personally think our children, like this next generation coming out,
oh god,
is
man.
I know I might surprise you here though, but I think they're actually going to be the hardest fucks out here, because I think there's going to be an overcorrection, because there always is, and people have gotten tired. It's crazy. There's actually a group of like young influencers coming up now, and they're not into like the whole LGBTQ plus bullshit. They're not into like a bunch of this woke shit, and they're actually coming up against it, and it kind of surprised me. It took me.
I'm surprised they haven't been canceled yet.
Well, there's that too, but I think that's the overcorrection that needs to happen. And there's actually a lot more like celebrities coming out against Hollywood shit, like Rob Schneider was coming out against Hollywood there. And I just I think you guys are right ultimately. And one of the biggest things, especially for Canadians right now and Americans too, is it's expensive to have a family right now.
Yeah.
So I don't blame anybody for not wanting to have kids.
I can't even fucking survive myself, let alone have a kid. Like, my goodness.
I know.
And no,
right?
and that's totally legit. And I, you know, as a guy that has kids, I don't care what people say, because it's totally valid arguments. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, you know, I'm not going to defend something just because I have kids. It's great. I love my kids. But at the end of the day, it's a rough time to have kids, because it's expensive, and it's just, like everything. The schools, you can't do anything. You got to step on eggshells.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
And like there's these daycares that have young kids go to them, and these daycares, my kids aren't in daycare. They go to their grandma's because it's free. but it's like these daycares that we were looking at one point, it's like something like $60 a day. So it's like $60 a day per kid, and the parents have to volunteer 1 day a week. Like, get fucked, bitch.
Wow.
And because I was like, is that like the day you don't pay for? No, you still have to pay for that day. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why am I volunteering my time? You're looking after my kids, bitch. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's like these people, they like everything's going up.
So you can have a freaking 10 kid daycare, and they're pulling in $600 a day.
Yeah. And again, kids aren't easy to take care of. I get it, but still, that's expensive.
Yeah.
That's expensive. Like, and so I really don't blame anybody who doesn't want to go out the gate and start a family right now. because and there's this whole thing, and we've talked about it before on here, that it's like you're either anti-pet or you're anti-child, and it's not about that. Just shut up, shut the fuck up. When people are saying that, I'm so tired of hearing that argument. It's like just because somebody has a pet doesn't mean they're anti-kid, doesn't mean they have to be anti-kid. Just because you have a kid doesn't mean you need to be anti-pet and make fun of people that don't have kids. It's like, just stay in your own lane. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let people do what they want. If people want to have kids, sure. If they don't, I mean, fuck off. It's not your decision. It's just like, it's one of those things. And I think for a lot of, especially single moms, it comes down to ego. It comes down to ego and just getting mad because they feel like they got dealt a bad hand. But unfortunately, they were the ones that played that hand, you know?
It's and at sometimes with these certain mothers, not all of them, but like you know, there's they'll be like, oh my god, I'm fucking having such a hard time and stuff. It's so fucking hard being a single parent. It's like, oh yeah, no shit. But at the same time, and then they'll criticize, say, another woman or a parent that doesn't have kids, and be like, why don't you have kids? Well, I don't know. In social media, you fucking complain every day about fucking how hard it is. So I decided to make that choice of not having a kid so I don't have to deal with that. That's your decision. Hey, your kid's great and stuff like that, but I choose not to. Well, fuck, what's the point? What's the point? You should have a kid. It's like, because I choose not to. Just like how you chose to have a kid or keep
Just like
a kid.
how you chose to be a dumb bitch on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is. And there's a lot of those people that are just like, that's their daily dose of dopamine, man, is just complaining on social media.
Yeah.
And your life will never get better if you do
this,
that.
As a species, kind of talking about kind of in a sense of de-evolution. I'm personally, and I think a lot of people agree. I don't know. I could be out there, but I think social media is probably one of the largest reasons why we're devolving as a species.
Yeah. I agree. Social media is literally a cancer.
Another thing that it's doing is it's creating this brain that constantly needs stimulation every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you're not
like,
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Like the irony to it, right? As a guy, we're self-aware that social media is can be a fucking horrible thing, and it's doing a lot of fucking negative impact more than I don't know. It you know, it has its positives here and there, but like it again, like as much as we know it's bad, we still do it. It's just like a drug or alcohol. We know it's bad, but we still fucking do it because that's just how we are.
Yeah,
and it's fucking sad.
Well, the problem is it's the same with like TikTok for kids. If you have young kids, like I said, you know, I really don't want the kids going on TikTok, but like your kids will literally be social outcasts if they're not on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's that whole lesser of two evils. What do you want to do? Do you want them to, you know, be the absolute social reject that doesn't, you know, doesn't have the latest trend? They're not up on the trends and stuff because they don't have access to this thing that everybody else has access to. Or do you save them from the dopamine monsters, it's
well, the interesting thing, and I've talked to you about this, Code. I don't know if I told you about this. So my manager, we were talking about this because they know they have kids that have ADHD, and they went to I don't know the term, but brain doctor, right?
Yeah.
To see kind of like the development and stuff. And he says there's actually an uppour in ADHD, and it's involved with social medias, especially TikTok. Because what happens is when you watch TikTok and you watch these short little videos, and it's like constant information that's given to you.
Yeah.
And increasing that dopamine. They say your kid watching TikTok has the same mind development or brain word was it your brain acts the same as a person doing coke.
Yeah, I believe it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, if you kid constantly doing it, well, you start, your kid, unfortunately, the kid will start developing unfortunate, fucking,
They'll have withdrawals.
why am I going?
They'll-
Yeah, withdrawals
yeah.
and brain damage,
They literally will, because you're getting a dopamine.
mental development.
You'll get a dopamine overhaul, like, because you're just, it's that constant stimulus. And I've told people, like, I'm guilty of it too. I'm serious. There's days where I'll just like have a long day. I'll just like collapse on my bed, open my phone on Facebook. I don't have TikTok, but I'll have Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels,
Yeah.
and I'll sit on that cocksucker for like an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
And
Same.
Yeah.
I'm there for 10 minutes. I swear.
I do it at night too. If I'm like, I'll be lying in bed tired as fuck. Actually, half the time I can't even stay focused on a TV series or a movie these days, where if I'm not constantly looking at my phone, like
Yeah.
it's just like, holy smokes. Like it's bad.
I know.
I'm kind of the same way when it comes to movies. Like, honestly, like it's kind of a funny thing. Like going to a theater, right? It kind of locks you in. So that's why I love a theater, because it kind of tells it literally, like in theory, it forces you to be like, hey, you got a cell phone? Shut the fucking thing off or turn the volume off. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And sure enough, boom, you enjoy the experience of that movie. If I'm at home now and I want to watch a movie and not get distracted by anything else, what am I doing? I'm usually fucking smoking dope, just to like kind of shut off my brain a little bit and kind of like have me almost like I guess focused onto the movie. But I also enjoy it that way. But yeah, it's the same thing where it's just like I have a hard time actually like truly wanting to like focus on like a certain task.
And you're swiping right on Grindr also.
Sure.
You don't think so?
I found the match. You'll see him on.
What's this guy? Codman hosted a Not Rich Just Bored.
Yeah.
Okay, I bought this steel chicken. This is a funny story. You guys will like this. I bought this steel chicken. It's like this weird looking chicken. And I'm going to put on my Tinder profile. I'm going to put like, if you want to see me and my big cock, go to the last photo. It's going to be me. It's going to be me and this chicken. And I'm just going to have like, I'm going to just be pointing at the camera. And it's going to be like, go to horny jail.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
awesome.
too funny. I'm like, I love shit like that. I'm like, I just need to do that. I need to for
that giant troll.
That's my dopamine, all right?
But all besides the joke, the funny thing is, though, that's your sense of humor. That's kind of a part of you. So, like, as a joke, it's one thing, but that sense of humor, that's part of you. So, if they can accept that, then you know what I mean.
Yeah, but then the next photo will be literally just my cock.
Oh, okay.
Enlarged to show texture, of course. Like a box of Cheerios. No, I don't think I'd do that, but no, I think that's funny. Yeah, I think a lot of people do appreciate humor. The biggest problem I have, I'm sure you've had your share of this shit. I know I have, but like the amount of girls on like those dating apps, they just can't keep a fucking conversation to save their goddamn lives.
My God, it's painful.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'm not. And ladies, this is not me calling you out, but it is calling you out on these apps. Maybe it's just in our area. I don't know, but literally.
Like it's our area.
Literally, I'll just you'll bring up a conversation topic or try to say something. It'll be cool or whatever. Some basic answer. Oh, so do you like Lord of the Rings? Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Okay. Do you like video games? Yeah, some. Like fucking engage a little bit. What games do you like? What do you like? I feel like Ryan Gosling the whole time. Like, what do you want?
It's pretty hard to have a conversation with somebody when you're just initiating a question to keep the conversation going every single time.
Oh, I know, and dude, that drives me nuts. And also, as a 30 what am I, 32? Yeah. 32-year-old man. I cannot stand like just small talk. I
Yeah.
can't do that. And also I can't do the whole texting all day thing either.
Yeah.
Like I don't text all day anymore. I just, if it's something important or something cool, whatever. But I'm not a texter anymore. I really don't have time. I'm just I'm busy doing other shit.
That was one thing for me because I'm so focused with work now that like I have a bad time of replying back. Like, and that was the one thing that I was happy with the girlfriend here is that sometimes we only talk like 2 times in a day, maybe, or every 2 days.
But she's okay with that.
She's okay with it. She's 100%.
Yeah.
She understands that I'm busy at work, and I understand. And same with her. She has a busy job. I understand that, and it's just like I'm not gonna fucking cry over spilt milk if you don't fucking reply to me in 30 seconds. And I've had chicks where like I'm talking with them, and sure enough, it's just like, fuck, I got a fucking $250,000 fucking project I'm working on right now. I can't be just sitting there fucking texting away. I got a job to do. I got fucking bills to pay. Just wait. And yeah, I've had chicks where it's like, oh, you haven't replied in an hour, fucking deletes me. That's it. It's like, wow,
Jesus.
that was a fucking joke.
I agree.
But, kind of. Oh, sorry. I'll let you say there.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah. Do you find it's hard to keep conversations like Justin with anybody on?
Yeah.
Like, have you found anybody that you actually talk to and you're like, okay, this person's actually interesting, or is it all just like?
Yeah, but it always just fades after a while. It's just like I just don't even have the patience anymore. It seems like it's just like I just don't care. You know what I mean? I'm in that feeling of like I don't even care. I don't even need a girlfriend that much to let it consume this much energy from me. Like
sometimes it's just like a dealership. You just like to look at what's out there, drive through the lot, and and then just go home back to your old shitty ride.
Yeah, that's basically where I am. If it happens, I'm not going to invest a pile of energy into it.
No.
Yeah.
That does remind me though, Ryan. You had some story about an ex, not an ex-girlfriend. It was an ex-fling kind of thing, right? But what's that?
Is that the topic where I was talking to you earlier about?
Yeah. You were saying something about one of your exes.
Okay.
I wanted to hear that story, but I wasn't sure. Is it podcast friendly? Do I have to cut this out?
I think it's good. I think it is.
Yeah, like I don't care. I don't care. I'm just wondering if you're okay with having it out there.
It's actually kind of on this topic, so and kind of the topics we've been talking about. So,
let's go. Me and Justin are gonna make some popcorn over here.
Yeah. I was dating this one chick for a short amount of time. I think 3 months or something like that. It wasn't like it didn't really get anywhere because it was a pretty, I guess, long distance kind of thing. We tried to make work, but after a while, it just didn't work out. But we still like communicate or talk a little bit here and there. But anyways, I saw this post recently because she started this person started this dating web or business, and it's related to the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
Just like trying to get just kind of, in our area, in our provinces area that we're in, it isn't really the LGBTQ. Maybe it's because of the smaller city area we're in, but in their area, she's just trying to broad out to make it easier for people that are in that community or that group, to make it easier for dating. And so she has it. So, she recently had this thing where it was just like, the heck was it? It was lesbian, like, the heck would be the best way to put it? Transgender lesbians.
Okay, so they're
for dating. So
okay,
guys, a transgender dating a lesbian. Let's put it that way.
So it's a transgender. It's a guy transitioning to a girl.
Yes, dating a girl.
Okay, fair enough.
Because that's the scenario I'm putting out there. So she's putting that out there as a new kind of thing, just to kind of know. And it is a business, right? But at the same time, too, I know from my experience of being with her in that time that she's a very generous, and she's just, she's just a nice person. It's not a fucking money scheme or anything like that.
Yeah.
She's just trying to start this thing up. And sure enough, she has a LGBTQ community that's fucking attacking her business for having transgender people dating women.
What?
Oh my goodness!
And then trying to get other. That's what I mean. Like, it's just like it makes no fucking sense.
Isn't
it's
she
like,
trying to promote that shit?
She is, and there's like it's like they're self-sabotaging, and what they're calling it, because like you are with the speed, like it's kind of like, well, I don't know if I would call it speed dating, but kind of like a beat up speed dating kind of thing.
Yep.
But you do have to pay for it to kind of get into it, right? Kind of help to promote the business and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But this person's like losing their mind. It's just like, what the heck is it called? Because there's a thing out there called conversion therapy. Conversion therapy. Yeah, conversion therapy something. Anyways, and that's supposedly
that's not her dating thing, is it?
No, not at all. But that's what
a special segment of the speed dating called conversion.
Yeah, I was gonna say I found out why she's getting hate.
But that's what they're trying to say that she's promoting.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, this business is promoting self-conversion therapy and charging you for it, and it's just like, what the fuck? And she's like, no, that's not the case, and she's explaining it and stuff. And again, like, I know, just
explain yourselves to some of these people, though. It doesn't matter. They've made their mind.
That's exactly it, man. It's just like holy fuck, like, like these groups, like the LGBTQ community, they have so much fucking issues with a lot of like, with, I don't know, straight people. Like, I don't know how the best way to put it, but like, it's just an issue, gender people, but like they have an issue with it. But like, for fuck's sakes, you're fucking self-sabotaging like people in your own group that actually mean well.
Yeah,
and you're trying to like, what the like, how do you expect us to like other people to like try to back you up or try to support you when you're self-sabotaging other groups in your own community?
It does. Yeah, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? Like that blows my mind, dude. And it's just like, yeah, I guess maybe it's like a factor of them not understanding her or don't know anything about her. But like, again, from like my perspective, she's a really great person and stuff. And it's just like, holy fuck, that blows my fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, and of course, these people that are causing these issues, they always scream the loudest, so they get the most attention. So it just, it's probably seems way more worse than it actually is.
Yeah,
because it
gets blown out of proportion for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but like you might not know the answer to this, but my question is, not that it matters much, but like, she's a straight lady, right?
No, she's she's bisexual. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, what is that? Why does I thought it was weird that a straight lady just wants to like. I wonder what was her motivation. No. Do you know her motivation to start that? Like,
because like even when we were dating, she was bi. She straight up told me that.
She brought another lady.
But like,
she'd have to be dating you.
And again, like, and but it's just again, it was kind of the same thing for her. She wasn't like, the idea of like, it was easy for her, to try to date someone like myself or like a guy like of the opposite sex, but like she noticed that like it was hard even in a city that kind of promotes it in a way. It was still hard to try to go out there and date.
What about
Yeah.
ChristianMingles.com?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was her reasoning to start up. It's like, and like I give her initiative for it. It's like there's this like in her mind, there's this problem. Hey, there's no one out in our area that supports LGBTQ dating and stuff like that. Well, if there's an issue, what the issue is it can't get it. Well, fucking start up a company or start up a thing and do it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and plus,
Yeah.
like dating you, she's used to like clitorises, so your dick's about the same.
Jesus Christ!
Dick's about the same size, so she's like, oh, she's like, you're a little bit bigger than my ex-girlfriend.
Holy fuck!
Just like a little.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Like
Yeah,
I said,
so
she
I
had
just
to bring
like
another lady just because I came the one time. She's like, that guy looks hungry.
yeah.
Gonna bring a couple ladies just for him.
Oh my god. But yeah, I just thought that was just like fucking like what the fuck.
Yeah, I don't
Like it again. Like in our friend group, we don't really talk about we don't. I'm not educated with LGBTQ and stuff like that, but it's just like it's crazy kind of seeing something like that and then just like fucking again, like I call it self-sabotaging.
Yeah,
it's like
you see it a lot though.
That's the thing. My stance, and this is for my whole fucking podcast. Every time I've talked about this. My stance on the LGBTQ community is do what the fuck you want, but leave other people alone. It's the same with straight people. But literally, you don't have to be part of that community to understand that it's become a mockery of itself. Same with like the Black Lives Matter movement. All that stuff has become kind of a meme of itself. And it's become, instead of like fighting for an actual good cause, what it's become is a money-making scheme. Like when we have that Pride, the Pride month, and then we have the Pride marches and all that stuff. It's not about it's not about what's that?
I was gonna make the joke that we have.
I guarantee, dude, there's a cis white male who is probably owns the company for all those flags and shit, just making a killing off of this stuff.
No, it's literally.
There's literally every month is like supposedly a gay month. The issue is or not issue. The thing is June or July. Which one is June? June is the most commercial advertised gay month.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when it comes down to Pride Week though, like the Pride March and stuff, because I know people that are involved in it personally. It's like, what are you doing down there? Just hurrah, hurrah, and doing this and that. It's like, no, we're selling shit. Everybody is selling shit. They're not down there going rah rah. I mean, they kind of are, but their main reason for celebrating it is their consumerism. They're down there selling, rainbow this, rainbow that. I'm a fag and proud, stuff like that. It's like it's all T-shirts that are. It's all consumerism. It's all the same shit. It's all just money at the end of the day. Yep. And that's the main reason I go to those things. They do, and hairstylists, they're big into it too. And makeup too. Makeup artists, they make a fucking killing. Oh, yes. They do the rainbow hair, the rainbow makeup. It's all money, guys. At the end of the day, you know what? Because if you want to stand for, most people aren't wanting to lynch the gays. Let's be honest. I think our country's past that. It's funny because, we want to be supportive of countries like in Islam that are, literally throwing gay people off of buildings. We're going to ignore that, but, we're going to attack a comedian that made a gay joke. Like, come on.
That's one thing that kind of annoys me is a lot of people spend all this time, energy, and money trying to promote these certain things in Western civilization where it's already widely accepted.
Yeah, and nobody gives a fuck. Exactly.
Yeah, but then there's like actual like atrocities happening in other parts of the world, and like you said, it's completely ignored.
Yeah, nobody cares.
But yeah, nobody gives a fuck about that shit.
No, because it all comes down to money. It's all down to consumerism. Because they make a fucking killing off that Pride Month. You know? And all that stuff, too. Do you think Christmas would still be here?
Yeah. The worst is... Sorry, I'm just going to continue off of that.
Yeah, no,
the worst is companies that are like... Oh, these companies don't give a flying fuck. But they all gotta, change their little logos and do all this shit. It's just, it makes me cringe, man.
Oh, it does. Because it's like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I can see it. No one else can. But, people just aren't very fucking self-aware of what is happening around them.
No, especially young people. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, I was watching, and, I will say to the listeners of this, take this with a grain of salt, because it was on like TikTok, reels type shit. So it could be fake. Who knows? But there was like a bunch of guys that were like interviewing young girls in college and stuff. And, those stupid interviews. So you never know if they're fake. They could be fake. They're probably all fake. I don't know. But there's like one that's a bunch of girls talking about, like, guys just asking, what should a man bring to the table to, that would be enough to support you, that you'd be comfortable with dating him. And like the girls were like, it was either millions or 100,000s. I'm like, holy fuck.
And that goes back to the whole conversation we just had earlier. Like, fucking, it's just like the guy has to do fucking everything.
Yeah. Well, and people don't want to have that conversation, Ryan. They don't. People want to tiptoe.
Yeah.
And there's a couple. I'd like to get her on the podcast, actually. I'd really like to talk to her. But her name's like Lynn Watchhorn. And there's also another lady. I can't remember her name. But they're actually making like, I don't want to say pro-male content. Because like that just sounds fucked up. But like they're making like, they're basically calling out girls for being, like, hey.
You know what's funny,
hey,
Cody?
What's that?
The fact that you say pro-male sounds fucked up. Yeah, it's okay to have pro-female, this, pro that, but the fact that pro-male sounds fucked up is a problem in itself, because that's society telling us it's not okay to be happy that you're male, or to be happy for men, or anything like that.
No, you're exactly right, and that's the reason Andrew Tate got canceled. It's all like toxic masculinity and stuff, and that's exactly how I know. That's exactly it, right? We're being programmed to think like that. But it's but that's what I mean. They're making, and I don't even mean like fucked up. I just mean like they're not sitting out there like going like men are better than women. No, they're just girls that are out there making things. They're reacting to girls being simpletons, or girls not being self-aware that guys are trying their hardest, and then they're just trying to, they're basically promoting, like, kind of normalizing that males are trying their hardest and they got their own strife. Like, they got their own problems in life.
Like mental health and high suicide rates, that's another problem that men have.
Oh, massive. Mm-hmm. And I've told this, like, probably 5 or 6 times on this podcast, but there's that Chris Rock joke, where he says, like,
that sinks to me, and
every time,
man. I honestly feel like I have that in my head at least once a month.
Yeah, have you heard it, Justin?
No, I haven't actually.
But, yeah, it's part of a Chris Rock bit, but a lot of people use it as an inspirational bit, because it's actually it's part of a joke, but it is actually a very true thing. But it's like, he says, like, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
Yeah.
And that is, unfortunately, that's true. That is actually the truth of the matter. Because, and again, this is uncomfortable for a lot of people to talk about. I'm sure there's going to be people listening to this that are going to be like, maybe they'll have to take a deep dive in their mind. But this isn't like this is 3 dudes being misogynistic on a podcast. No, this is 3 guys being real about the reality of being a man right now. You gotta,
but that's our privilege speaking.
Yes. But that's what I mean, like, right? But like, as a man, you're expected to provide, you're expected to do this, you're expected to do that. And it's like just men, literally, we can't fucking provide like we used to. You can't do a one, one man can't pay the mortgage, get the kids to school, pay college tuition, do all this shit. It just isn't feasible anymore.
One thing though, I will give a lot of women a lot of respect for is women that do have jobs, but also do all the shit at home. Like those women don't get enough respect.
No, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know what I mean? Because there is that expectation that women have certain roles around the house still. Yeah. But I'm sorry, that only applies if they're stay-at-home moms. If they're out working like the man is, then fuck that. That's not right.
No, exactly. No,
they should have to cook supper and do laundry and do all this other bullshit, clean the house. No, that's not okay with me.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I totally agree. It should be the way the world is right now. It should be a 50-50 partnership.
Yes,
in every relationship.
That's the thing that I also the reason why it's been working out for me is that it's a 50-50. She drives from into town where I'm at. And she will insist to at least pay if we do, like, say for example we did dinner and a movie. She's insists that she needs to pay for at least half of it. That we have to go half and half.
That's awesome. The fact that she goes out of her way to do that is awesome. Because I personally have never been with a girl that's like, I don't want to pay for it every time, and I don't want to have to say that I don't want to pay for it every time.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It feels bad as a man to have to. Yeah, you feel bad.
It makes you feel like pitiful that you would have to say something like that. It would be nice for a change for a woman to be like what you just described. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's so nice. It's just like it doesn't feel like it's one-sided. It feels very equal, and common interests and stuff. So it's just like, it's good.
Yeah, I legitimately might steal your girlfriend on Saturday.
I'm not even invited. I might steal her.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some nice fucking leather pants on. I'll get some. Maybe I'll get some socks without holes in them.
Underwear without holes.
Fuck yeah. Maybe I'll wash. Yeah. Maybe I'll wash my underwear this week. Fucking yeah. Maybe I'll put some like Spanx on underneath. Get that bulge up. Put a banana in there.
Like in your family photos?
Fuck yeah. I know. Everybody's making fun of me like were those was that a photo shoot? Was that photo shoot hot? And I'm like, what? Was it a
dude, I don't know what was going on in your pants, but my goodness. Are you carrying a fucking log in your pants? Like who the fuck fucking like what the fuck?
Oh,
I know. They're like, was it a hot photo shoot? I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like legitimately getting angry because I don't understand what you're referencing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, this is how rumors spread, guys. This is how the big dick Matei rumor started. The fucking that's a meme. That's an old meme at this point, but there was a guy, I'll say it real quick. It was a guy from Cinemassacre with like the angry video game nerd. He always had his buddy Mike Matei that would help him out. But Mike has his own streaming channel, right? And he streams on Twitch. And there was this one night that he was streaming on Twitch and he had these like corduroy pants or something. But the way they were folded, it looked like he had just this fucking foot-long boner.
Oh man, that's seriously like a gene problem in general, man. Like the way you sit in jeans sometimes, it just looks like you have a huge fucking something going on down there. You know what I mean?
A fucking salami, and the fucking well, and like people in his Twitch chat just starts calling him Big Dick Matei.
Oh yeah.
He's like Big Dick Matei. I don't understand what the fuck are you guys talking about? And it was literally like a week later that people explained it to him. Like they're like your way your pants were, the shadows and everything. It looked like you had a big fucking erection.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's too funny. But I don't know. I hope your friend's business does better, and
Yeah.
and all that. If hopefully she has success in the future. I mean, obviously you can't talk to her anymore because you have a different girlfriend and you're not allowed to be friends with girls. So, there's that. But do you guys think that's okay? Do you guys think this is just me? I'm not gonna answer either way until you guys do. But do you guys think that guys could have girlfriends and girls could have guy friends? Do you think that's?
I think it's real. I think it yes, but it depends on the atmosphere of the friendship, in a sense. I think it's okay to have. I think there has to be boundaries. I don't think it's okay for guys or girls to have the opposite sex friends and to be going to their house just to like hang out with them specifically. I think it needs to be more in a group setting, because personally I would have probably some jealousy issues if that was the case. If my girlfriend was going to hang out at another guy's place alone,
and he had a family photo like mine.
Yeah, I'd probably be a little speculative or about that, you know what I mean? But in a group setting, I think it's perfectly okay.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of how it is. Obviously, we have a girl in our friend group.
Yeah.
But it's there's one thing that people say, and they say that like all guys have thought of, even if they have friends that are girls, they've all thought of fucking them. And I think there's definitely truth in that.
That's true. It's the fucking truth, man. It's built into our fucking system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is like
we're fucking mammals.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's not something you can just turn off or turn on.
Yeah, the Bloodhound gang said that. Yeah, and I think that's absolutely true. I think that's the truth of the matter when it comes to like having you can have friends that are girls, and absolutely. I think that's where the boundaries come in, right? You got to set those clear boundaries, and I think if you had if you had a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it'd be weird if they hung out with that opposite sex friend just alone at their house. That would be weird. Or if they're going to movies and stuff, that'd be weird.
Because like let's be honest, if you have a friend girl that's super hot, okay, and you're sexually and physically attracted to them, okay, and they literally, if they came on to you, it'd be pretty hard to not say fuck it. To say fuck it, you know what I mean?
So here's a scenario. Okay.
Absolutely.
So now how do you feel? Okay, say, and this is actually a very
I'm just preparing myself
real
for Saturday.
This is a real scenario technically, actually, with our group, honestly. But like, it's one thing if say your girlfriend goes and hangs out with one of her guy friends to his place, but what happens if it's your girlfriend going to her guy friend's place, but there's a bunch of his friends there?
Well, then that's even worse. If it's just a bunch of dudes, I feel like that's even worse in a sense. Because now instead of one guy trying to fuck my girlfriend, now there's 5.
I guess. But like that is technically in theory, that's a scenario that we have a lot.
Yeah, our gender ratio in the close group that we kind of associate.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I guess it's an interesting thing from a different perspective, right? Because I think
you would have to know I think you would have to know the guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that too.
Yeah, I think that's one of those boundaries that you would set, is knowing them and knowing the type of people that they are.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know them well, then I don't think it would be okay. But if you feel comfortable around these people and you trust them, then absolutely. Yeah. It depends on that.
That's I agree with you there. It's really on the trust factor, on also knowing her friends. Like, are they do they come off as pretty self-controlling, or do they kind of seem kind of little fucking like a
But if
wild
it's like if
card?
she's going to hang out with 5 Chads, absolutely fucking not.
Not Chads.
No.
And obviously for everything I've said before is true, but like for like our particular friend group, obviously
bunch of fucking losers. Just kidding.
Obviously I have too much respect for the friendship that we have with Jessie, and obviously the friendship we've gained with her boyfriend, to obviously allow anything to happen or let anybody do anything, because it's just that's not appropriate, right? I think that it's an interesting debate because there's a lot of people, especially with girls, they don't like their boyfriends to have any kind of girlfriends. And it's weird to me though, because a lot of the I've never had a friend that's a girl that's single. Like
I've actually never had any friend girls in my entire life, I don't think.
Well, you had me.
Yeah.
Remember I used to be a girl.
And I know. I know.
And then I made my Itachi TikTok and I went, "'Cause tonight will be the night."
Oh fuck! I can feel the black hole happening already. My soul was starting to fucking.
Yeah. No, I think it depends on the type of person that they're hanging out with.
Yeah,
or that he's hanging out with.
I think that's one of the things, Like I would let any of my girlfriends hang out with Dylan because he's never touched a girl, so he'll be fine. She'll. It's more likely that she'll fuck him with a strap on than anything else. So. You guys want?
That's. I was just gonna say with that.
I mean, Ryan, I'd be worried about because he's an alpha Chad. So.
Yeah, I was such an alpha Chad. That topic is such a. What's the best word to describe it? It's such a messy topic because everyone's like, you could give like that wording, that thought, like, would you let your girlfriend hang out with her guy friends? But everyone has in their mind, even though it's a straightforward answer, everyone has different experiences or different thoughts or anything. So you never truly will get that same answer, that true answer, because there's something that's manipulated that reason of somehow.
Yeah, it's all up to nuances, and also I think it comes with it also comes with maturity too, because like if you look at like when I was 20 years old, it was like, no, my girlfriend, nobody hangs out with her, very controlling. But when I'm 30, I feel a lot more loosey goosey. But then you like look at your parents. Like, did your parents ever give a fuck who your mom was hanging out with? Like, fuck. I feel like my dad was almost like, get that fucker out of the house.
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like as people get older, they just give less and less shits in a sense.
Yeah.
Because when you're younger, you're more protective, and maybe part of that has to do with
instinct, though.
Well,
that's total instinct.
Well, instinct, and also maybe it has something to do with your partner's more attractive when they're younger, so there's more of a chance of people getting devious and weird, Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just, like I said, as you get old, even in my 30s, I'm way different. Like as far as a relationship partner goes compared to 20, like.
Do you ever sit back and just like cringe over shit that you've done in the past?
Oh my
and just
God.
and you just think like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Justin, this is so embarrassing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. I don't know if I want to do this. No, Justin,
you don't have to, dude.
You have to.
Justin, Ryan, I'm so serious. I don't know if I want to do this. This is so cringe, and Justin will get it so much. Okay, this is the girlfriend that you stole from me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, so. Okay. Oh,
do you need a minute to think it over?
I'm done. I'm literally done. Okay, so I remember it was like it was like 7 or 8 years after that whole shit happened, right? And she was messaging me about something about the kids because her and Katie were coming and I was working in town, whatever, and they were doing something and they were coming to say hi. So whatever. So we were Facebook messaging, and I looked at the last Facebook message, and it was like from 8 years ago, and it was from high school, and it was okay. This is the way it opened.
Oh no!
Okay, no. Okay, okay. Oh God, this is so bad.
He cried. He cried.
Okay, no, I fake cried. Okay, this is what it's. Okay, this is how it. I don't remember. I deleted it because I cringed so hard.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I cringed 8 years ago, but yeah, it opened up with. Oh God, it's so bad. It opened up with the tears are hitting the keyboard as I write this.
Oh no!
Oh God! And it was like this big thing about how like Yeah, I respect your decision, blah, blah, blah. Remember I bought her that guitar?
No, I don't remember
Oh,
that.
you don't remember? I bought her
No.
that
It's the
guitar.
one that you broke.
No. I bought it. I bought her that guitar for like, I don't remember if it was a grad present or I don't even remember. I was just being a simp. But
You're being
oh
mad.
god,
Or you were being,
I just remember.
Max Payne.
I just remember literally, dude. I scrolled up in the conversation. I'm like, what the fuck's this? It was like 8 years ago, and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
and
oh,
it was like me being full emo, and I literally
yeah,
I've never deleted like old conversations in my life,
yeah.
besides ones that were left on old phones or something. Never deleted anything in my life. I fucking deleted that thing in a second. I'm like, this.
Do you know what's even more cringe, Cody? Is the fact that she probably would have went to message you, and then her last messages that she talked to you was when you were saying,
Oh, I know. I know, and that made it worse. That made it worse because I'm like, oh fuck, she probably saw that.
no.
I like she probably saw that again. It was like, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's so embarrassing. Yeah. So I remember seeing that. And it was like, I don't remember the context of the whole thing, but it's basically saying like, blah, blah, blah. I hope you're happy and being all fucking emo cringe. And it's like, holy shit. I'm like,
yeah.
this guy would have been on TikTok for sure.
Oh, God.
But yeah, do you have any embarrassing shit like that?
Oh, too many to fucking count, man.
Is it
Like
worse
oh,
than that? Worse than that?
I don't know if it was worse than that.
That's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
I just remember, oh god, the tears are hitting the keyboard as I write this.
I just remember being a fucking asshole all the time too. Like, man, back when I had my Honda Civic, I drove like that thing like a fucking dickwad. If I ever seen a kid driving like the way I used to drive, I'd fucking chase him down the street and beat the fuck out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like doing stupid shit like that where you just don't even think. You don't even like even for a second think about the consequences or just how stupid you are or how much of an asshole you are back in those instances.
yeah,
You know?
drifting around the bus lanes.
Oh god, yeah.
Right
You
up
know?
front.
Whatever happened to that car?
Man, I regret it so much. I sold it like probably about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's somebody in where I live bought it and it's still on the road. Like that would have been a sick little car to keep because the 5-speed standard Honda Civic, and that thing was pretty sporty looking too. You know, still looks good to this day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got that Acura, and it's like a '96 one Integra. It's in
Yeah.
rough shape, yeah, like body wise. But like the one thing they always talk about is like those not like I keep seeing it online. I don't know how true it is, but a lot of people say like those 90 Honda engines, they fucking just keep fucking going.
They're
Yeah.
like Energizer
They're just-
battery.
yeah, they can get
Yeah.
like 500,000 plus kilometers on those engines.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. Like, it was funny. I was very fortunate that a friend of mine gave me the car because he just sat it. He just parked it. He got a work truck, and just going forward, he just didn't care. And then also, he lost the ignition key for it, so he didn't know how to get an ignition key and blah blah blah. Long story short, he gave the car for me. Gave the car to me because I was able to get it going. And when I keep on, like you said, those cars, they can go like 500 plus thousand kilometers, and this thing has 230,000 on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, all right, it's only part way through possibly of its life. I'm gonna just keep this thing going, and like
Burn the clutch
you know,
out
like
the first day.
Yeah.
Well, actually, a funny story. When we were getting that thing going, I did the oil change in the battery. And Cody was there, and I'm like, Cody, just watch the vehicle, see how it acts if one of the tires are seized or something like that, or calipers are seized when I'm backing this thing up. And it's been like probably 5+ years since I drove like a manual car, and I left the fucking park brake on, and I'm trying to back up, and there's smoke coming from the back, and Cody's like, "Hey man, the tires just they're smoking." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I'm like, and I'm seeing the smoke. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I look down and I see the park brake on. I'm like, "Cody, get out of the smoke! Don't fucking breathe the smoke in, man!"
Yeah,
and
the
so Cody's like trying to get the fuck. Yeah, so
It was
Cody's
too
like trying to
late.
get the
I was
fuck
already
out of there.
retarded.
Yeah.
Cody,
Yeah,
you okay?
but like- Yeah, but like, yeah. But all I did, the car had been sitting for 3 to 4 years, and I just put a new battery in it. Me and Dad siphoned the fucking fuel out of it. I did an oil change, fucking started up. Fucking
Nice.
yeah, no issues. The one thing I am trying to get used to is the high RPMs. I was looking up more and more info on that car. Holy fuck, that car is like the car will go up to like $8,000 or whatever if it wanted to. I don't push it that far, but like, dude, I went to my sister's. She lives out of town, and I was on the highway, and that fucking car at 100. And we're in Canada, so we go by kilometers. If there's any Americans listening, but like, what is that? 60 miles per hour. So 100 kilometers an hour. That thing's running at 3,400 RPMs.
Yeah.
It's like, and someone phoned me, and I had them on speakerphone because it doesn't have Bluetooth, but it probably doesn't even matter why if it had Bluetooth, because like, fuck, they're like speakerphone. I could hardly hear them because it's just like the car's just like,
yeah, but that car would have even if it did have Bluetooth, it'd have way too much lag anyways.
But yeah, that's the crazy thing. But like, and people are like, yeah, it's normal. It's normal for that car to run at like 3,500 RPMs on the highway and still get like 35 miles per gallon.
Wow, that's wild.
Like fucking great.
Then my diesel's like chugga 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 chugga.
Great, yeah, dude. And then like that. And then now I've like, and you know this too, like I've always drove like full big sedans. Like the smallest vehicle I owned was that 2000 Chevy Malibu. That was a little V6, but like after that it was just like V6s with big fucking bodies. And then like my last one before the Charger was the Chrysler. So I was used to like,
well, that's like your new car now though, isn't it?
Dude, yeah, like I get like maybe like a week and a half out of fuel if I'm decently driving it. Like if I'm pinning it around, driving it like a fucking idiot, then it's one thing.
No, I meant your Challenger V6 with the big body.
Oh fuck no! It's a heavy body.
Your Charger.
Yeah.
it's actually a 4-banger.
But
yeah, a 4-banger with a big turbo though. It's fast.
Yeah. So like, but it's funny though, because like going from that 5.7 Hemi, big fucking 5,000 pound car, to a 1.8 4-cylinder, no turbo, 1,500 pounds. The thing fucking, I almost get 3 weeks out of fuel out of that thing.
Wow, just because of the weight?
Yeah. It's light and it gets a 4-cylinder, so it hardly eats fuel. Even though it's high RPMs, it's like, oh, it's almost week 3 and I just have to go put fuel in it. And like filling that car up now is like I think it's like maybe $50 to fill it up when fucking fuel is like at this crazy price.
And this will be Ryan in 30 years trying to sell his car.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's giving us his sale pitch right now.
Yeah. Oh wait, 2045.
Yeah, thank God we have this recorded.
Oh god.
There you go. He'll be like low kilometers. Just watched it.
Yeah.
See the picture?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I sent it to the group thing. He'll be like brand new. Just watched.
Yeah. 96. I know what I have. 8K.
Yeah.
Motor out.
That's too funny. But yeah, before we wrap this bitch up, there's two more things, but one's a small thing because we got fucking Justin, the Tesla fanboy, on here.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, the Elon Musk fanboy.
Hey man, I was a fanboy of him before he became popular.
I know you were, but I'm gonna send this to the Discord.
Hey, hipster.
It might interest you. I know I talked about it on here before, but you guys gotta bear with me. I'll send it here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I sent it to the wrong Discord. I think.
Idiot.
Sorry, buddy.
Where is it? I can't find it.
Let me send it here. There you go. Should be in there now in the Not Rich Just Bored. My sister got Starlink.
Oh, nice.
She got they moved to their acreage.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
this is Starlink Internet. That's their stats.
That's extremely respectable. Yeah.
They're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I know.
On an acreage. Keep that in
Yep.
mind. That is in the middle of nowhere. And for people just listening, it's 110 Mbps download and then 97 Mbps. That's pretty unreal for upload.
It is. It is.
Like
That's better to upload than what I get, and that's a wired connection. That's 4 times faster than what I can get where I live right now with a wired connection.
And that's the Wi-Fi, that the Starlink speed, because the way I'm reading this test that she showed me is that the Starlink speed is basically the satellite to their router, and that's 157 Mbps. So it's a little higher, but obviously the conversion, you'll lose a little bit based on what you're getting at. But the fact that you're getting like a satellite internet that's as reliable as high-speed internet is incredible. Yeah. And this is like, I'd have to confirm with her, but I think it's like $120 a month or something.
Yeah.
That's respectable. I mean,
that's game changing for a lot of people, man, because a lot of people like literally could only get like fucking dial up internet on the farms.
Yeah, MCS Net out there was offering 20 Mbps.
And that's LTE. That's basically on the phone network. And then they throttle you after you go over a certain it's basically like your phones. They will throttle, like you get unlimited, but they'll fucking throttle you down if you go over a certain threshold.
Yeah,
like,
no.
100%. If she probably had a better phone, she'd probably get better speeds. But
well, it's an iPhone, so you can only get so much on those things.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
But still I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. I didn't know she was getting that, so I was pretty excited because I've never seen anybody with Starlink.
Yeah, my auntie and uncle, they have it up in Meadow Lake area, and same thing. Like it's very reliable.
Yeah, like that's
that's
super good for like an acreage. Fuck.
Yeah.
To think by probably next year, like it's not really big. Like, so our highest speed in cities is 1.5 gigabytes.
Yep.
I think probably by next year we're either going to be at 2 or 2.5, maybe even double. For all I know.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy.
It's fiber optic, dude.
Where's like but one thing that hasn't been getting better over time with the speed of internet is hard drive space. Yeah. We've been sitting at 1 terabyte for the standard for fucking at least 6 years now.
Too long.
Yeah.
Yes, they are increasing the speed of the drives, but how much memory is actually on the drives has not been getting better.
Mm-hmm. Unless
you get like those crazy but then you have to go back to the old technology if you want to get like those 20 terabytes and stuff like that. But if you're keeping up with the new speed technology, the size of the drives have not been increasing.
I'll be honest now, maybe it's because I'm very fortunate and stuff like that, but it's to this day, especially this time, it blows my mind that people are still getting hard drives. Yeah. For how cheap solid states are and NVMe.
Oh yeah,
it just like it. I don't know. Our buddy has a hard drive in his computer still. Like, actually, we know a few people that have hard drives still, and it just like guy, it's 100 like a Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte. It's like $100 now.
Yeah, and then NVEs are even more crazy. But then you would have to upgrade your motherboard to support it.
Well, the funny thing is, NVMe's go back. I think actually 4th generation had NVMe's. Like our buddy has a 6000 series, and it has I think NVMe support.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It was just never a technology that really took off till recently. There's it's the speed war. It's not a storage war, like how much storage you can have. It's how much speed, because they always think that. I guess people are like, oh, if you want more fucking storage, you just delete stuff, and now you got more storage. Well, some people want, like myself, I have a bad habit of just deleting stuff. I want to just keep all my games. I don't want to go and hey, let's play this game tonight. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Like, and now I'm very fortunate. We also have really high speed internet and stuff. It's just the inconvenience of it.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's
like
true.
I'm very lucky.
I
I
have
think
to
I have
download my
3
game like a
terabytes.
fucking peasant. This is bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. But like the other thing too, there was the big hype. I remember there was some hype anyways towards these new consoles when they first got released because they're like with such fast storage and RAM and stuff like that, it's getting to a point where you don't need like how did it go?
I
Call of
remember
Duty
the file sizes could be smaller because of
smaller,
how
yeah. How
But the
they could
fuck that
transfer
didn't
it.
fucking happen.
No, no, it didn't. It was just like, hey, we could do it, but we're not.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. I saw.
Well, a lot of that jargon was fucking bullshit. Look at how PlayStation all they talked about was
Oh
how
yeah,
fast their fucking their drive was, and
yeah.
then literally there was like people on YouTube and stuff tossing in like slower speed drives, and it wasn't affecting the game speed in any way.
Well, it won't because like even like to this day, even with what we're on Gen 5 NVMEs now or something
Yeah,
like that or whatever they're called,
yeah,
and it's just like they can go up to like 8,000 speed, but
yeah,
like you like tech guys like J2 Sense, is it Cobit or something like that, Linus, they talk about how they hype this up and then they're like, well, the software can't support the speed.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like you're buying like, okay, maybe you're future proofing yourself, but like as of right now, it's completely useless for you to get like a Gen 4, Gen 5 NVMe because you're going to
yeah.
have the same speed as Gen 3 NVMe.
The only thing that maybe I could see those types of speeds if you're doing lots of file transfers, because that's where you're actually going to see the full speed of these drives, is like
Yeah,
transferring files and stuff like that. And
but
you know,
what I'm curious about though with that statement is it's just like SSDs and like any storage device. It has this number and they throw this sweet, delicious looking. Oh, it's 3.5 gigabytes speed.
yeah,
Okay, for how long? You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just like our internet. Oh, you get a gigabyte of internet. You get a upload speed of 100. Well, okay, how long for? Oh, I noticed for 20 seconds it stayed at 100 megabyte upload speed. Oh, now for the next 30 minutes I'm down to 10,
yeah,
15, 5. You know what I mean? It's not stable because the
yeah,
thing is that when it's like, and it's just like any component, when power heats up, what it needs to do is it needs to draw back down power. So it needs to slow its thermal throttling itself. So
yeah.
it cools down. So now that speed, that 3.5 gigabytes is not 3.5 gigabytes anymore. It's like maybe 300 megabytes.
hmm Well, some
So
of the new motherboards actually have cooling devices built into them to cool down the drives. Mine does actually. It has a small little fan that will.
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
really?
that's right. Yeah, like
Oh, you know
little
what?
heat sinks.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
heat sinks.
actually, yeah, I think actually I saw that on Cody's computer. You have a little fan on
Yeah.
your motherboard.
Yeah, mine has a little heat sink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, with a little mini fan. I yeah.
yeah. I don't get that. I fucking was an idiot and I bought a cheap ass motherboard.
Single like your CPU threads.
Your next build, Ryan's gonna be sick though.
Yeah.
God, I really want. I wanted
no
to.
Bluetooth
I really
lag.
wanted to. Yeah, yeah. It's me fucking trying to think of this computer is becoming almost a meme at this point.
I think what you
Fuck.
need to do instead of like this is my personal opinion
Yeah.
is you need to stop building onto that thing and you need to start over with a complete renew like a brand new everything.
I do. I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
There's in theory, the only thing I would probably transfer over would be the NVMe and maybe the SSD. I cannot transfer anything over.
Well,
Like especially
Yeah.
like man, my power supply's from 2011.
Well, first
Yeah,
thing
I
you need to
know.
do is get some AK
Like I have a grenade.
monitors.
I literally
Get
yeah.
some what'd you say, Cody?
So first
AK
thing you need to do is
monitors.
get AK monitors.
Yeah.
That run at
like
60 hertz.
60
it's always
hertz AK monitors.
yeah, I literally, as a joke kind of way, I kind of have a frag grenade in my fucking computer right now because fuck, like I have a power supply that's so fucking old. Like, you know what I
In a
mean?
mini ATX fucking case.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
actually it's fairly open. I have the side panel off, and then the whole front of it's not bad, but still,
Yeah.
yeah, it's still, either way.
My build's so open, it's gay. It came out of the closet yesterday.
I will admit though, I will never go to a closed case again.
Yeah.
After having this thermal take open case, like my
I
thermals have
just
never been lower.
I just want to say you're welcome.
Yes.
Well, I,
That
I,
is
I, I learned something about my build last week. I think, did I tell you about that, Justin? I think, yeah, I messaged the group about it, but like that stupid Wraith cooler that came with my 2700X,
Yeah.
it has a high and a low setting on it.
Yeah, I know.
And it was
I can't. But that's beyond frustrating. That fucking
Yeah.
AMD even did that, bro.
Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense because why wouldn't that be controlled in software, if anything? Like, but it's like, what, you want to not have more cooling? Like, yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah.
noisier, but it's like it's gonna get that noisy anyway when you're gaming. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna have to kick on and get to life. But yeah, like my thermals went from like 90 to like 60, 50-ish.
Yeah.
Like the
yeah.
highest is like 65, 70. That's highest. When
Friggin-
I looked it online, that 2700X is rated for like 85 is shut off. Like if it gets to 85
Yeah.
degrees, it's shutting itself off.
Yeah.
So-
Remember a few what is it, last month I think? I had that issue with my computer where it was like we thought that maybe the temp sensor on the CPU was toast.
Yeah.
Because like fucking it kept on saying it was running at 100 degrees.
Yeah. Well, this one
Like
this one was definitely not temp sensor or anything. It's definitely real because I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out why the computer kept randomly resetting. I mean, before it happened because of the RAM, but I'm like, there's no fucking way it's the RAM again twice in a row.
Yeah.
And it just seems like it has to be the CPU because it just the way everything happens. It's when you're loading up a game or something, something that's gonna get that CPU going. And yeah, I'm like, look, and I looked at the thermals. And I'm like, those thermals seem high. And online, yeah, it's rated for 85. Like after 85, that thing it automatically shuts the computer down to prevent damage. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that must
That's
be what's
crazy, man.
happening. And then I looked it up online, and there's literally a whole fucking article about people being frustrated, being like, when you install this Wraith cooler, there is a tiny micro switch that is it's set to L and H. And if it's set to L, it is not like recommended for gaming or anything like that. It's recommended to be on
Jesus.
H. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And I took apart my whole computer. I did a deep dive on it, like dusted everything. It wasn't even that dusty, to be honest. But, I did a deep clean of everything because I had it open anyway.
Yeah.
And just to help it out. And yeah, sure as fucking shit, that micro switch was set to L. And I'm like, motherfucker. And yeah, now it's like, now the fan's on full blast all the time, but the thermals are nice. So, fuck, what a stupid fucking thing.
Have you thought of what you want to do next with like your computer? Like we kind of went in the same kind of route where we went kind of a little bit older gen and then kind of we're wanting to build up. For you though, you're kind of lucky where you have that opportunity to either go 3rd gen or 5th gen for Ryzen. But are you wanting to go 5th, or are you thinking maybe just do the same thing and just go fucking completely new?
I don't know. It might be like a new clean build with all Ryzen shit. Save up money for it. Because like I think Nvidia is gonna fuck up. I think Nvidia is fucking up with this new series, and I just think they're not being very consumer friendly.
They're not being consumer friendly, but still, they're still paying out all these big streamers and influencers to use their cards, so that'll keep them popular.
Of course.
Yeah. There's been I keep watching with my phone, it brings up little news articles that I'm interested in and stuff, and they keep on talking with these next Ryzen, or not Ryzen, sorry, these new GPUs on. They're saying the 7900 is going to have 20 gigs of DDR6, and then they're also looking at a 7950 also coming out probably the same time that has 24 gigabytes of DDR6, not the X, but just the X. But they figure, and this kind of comes back to it too. NVIDIA, the biggest thing when you NVIDIA talks is, they talk about the AI thing, the DLSS, right, and RTX and stuff. And if you take that off, if you take the DLSS off, they say, really at the end of the day, the 6950X, it actually does fairly well against. It's good competition for the 3090.
AMD, their cards have lots of raw power, like just general raw power. Like they're awesome.
So I honestly am really curious with this 7000 series, because they're starting to get into their own version of DLSS, but still, like, at that raw power side of things, like, I'm really curious on what they'll pull off for this year.
Yep.
Yeah, they could pull off something good, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I wouldn't be surprised if they could actually potentially beat or pretty much be side to side with NVIDIA this year. Yeah. Like, I think NVIDIA shot themselves in the foot. Okay, they had two versions of the 48 or the 3080, but because technically three, right? But this year they literally announced that they're de-launching the 12 gig version of the 4080.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of people were looking at all the stuff. If you look at, I think, the 3080, the variant of the 10 version and the 12 gig version, there isn't actually much of a difference. Just more RAM. But the 4080, 12 gig and the 16 variant are like completely different cards. And because of it, there's already talk that NVIDIA might just turn that 12 gig 4080 into a 4070.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of people said. And that's what people were saying to begin with, is like, that motherfucker's a 4070, but you're slapping a 4080 sticker on it.
Yeah,
and that's BS. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm
laziness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'll be an exciting thing to see what happens. But there's one more thing though that we do need to talk about before we wrap this up. And I know, because I know Ryan's he's sitting there like SpongeBob in the episode where he's gonna like
okay. He wants to talk about it. He's like, I need to talk about it, Patrick. He's like, my favorite game of all time is getting a remake, and I just can't stop talking about it.
Okay.
But
oh god.
But yeah,
that's Code Veronica.
Yeah. But yeah, we could definitely we definitely did touch on that a little bit. But I was gonna say too, you guys were talking about the hard drive thing there, and I saw a fucking meme that just made me cry. I was trying to find it while you guys were talking about the CPUs, but I couldn't find it. But it was like a Thanos meme where it's like the perfectly balanced meme, and it's like it's like 500 gig. It's like the 1 terabyte SSD. It's like 500 gigabyte Call of Duty game, 500 gigabyte free space, perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Jesus
I'm just dying because those new Call of Duty games are like, I think they're 449 gigs or something.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so my Xbox Series X is just Call of Duty, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of things people don't realize about Call of Duty, though, is that they actually...
It's fractional.
Yeah, and not only that, they actually use a lot of high definition like images in their game. Like, think about how big Warzone is, and like all those buildings, like if you run that game at like high resolution with everything cranked up, like it is a visually good looking game, and that's a lot of shit in that game if you think about it.
I think all the textures are 4 or 8K. I think
like the very high resolution textures in that game if you crank everything up. So that's where that space comes from.
Oh,
and also absolutely. And again, you mentioned that there too, Cody. It's partitioned.
It's partitioned into zombies.
Because from mine, exactly, yeah. Because like it really, out of the 500, 250 of it is truly Warzone, which most people play. The other 250 is single player, multiplayer, Spec Ops, and and zombies.
Yep.
So once you get rid of half the game, then it's not so bad. But it is a kind of a joke. Like these new consoles from the PlayStation to the Xbox, where we got a terabyte hard drive, but our OS takes about 200 gigs of it. And then oh good, I can run fucking a Call of Duty game and fucking one other game.
That's because they focus more on the high speed hard drives than actually.
Yeah. What's your thought? Like, in my firm belief, if I'm buying a console, when it comes to Xbox, I think, and I understand it's a budgeting thing, but I still think the Xbox Series S is a ripoff. If I'm buying a console, I'm buying the fucking X, because a 500 gigabyte hard drive or NVMe, fuck that shit. Not only that, what pisses me off the most is you have to buy a special storage device for that fucker.
Yeah.
Don't you not? It's a fucking Seagate memory card looking thing, and it costs $250 for a fucking terabyte.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's gross.
It is, yeah. But the sad thing is I think the Xbox Series S is the highest selling console right now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because of affordability. Like as a family, as a person buying a console for their kid, it was actually technically a very smart idea from Xbox.
Yeah.
If you think from a business standpoint.
As a business standpoint,
but as a consumer, but as an educated consumer standpoint, no.
It's a ripoff, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
yeah.
That's the way I think
frustrating.
about it.
It's just like the money it's just like you buy this console for your kid, and then he downloads Call of Duty and goes, Mom, Dad,
you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be getting that game for your kid. And that's another problem entirely.
Yeah, but let's be real though. Fucking that has been a thing even in our generation. My first game was fucking Blakestone, and my second game was Doom.
Dude, I had that fucking Turok game or whatever. Holy fuck, just like blowing shit up and
Turok scared the fuck out of me as a kid. But
what's that?
I said Turok scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Like Turok 3 Shadows of Oblivion. That one fucking creeped me out as a kid.
Oh, I see.
Remember Prey?
Yeah.
The first one? That creeped me out too.
Yeah. There was a lot of fucking freaky games back then.
Hell yeah.
And on that horror boat, like I said, Ryan's exploding with excitement. Justin, I don't know, have you checked out any of the things on the remake 4 at all for Resident Evil?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I know, but I know this guy's gonna fucking blow up if he doesn't. He's been texting me all week. He's like,
calm down.
He's like, first of all, you promise. He's like, first of all, Master, can I bring my girlfriend to the party? And second of all, can you please talk about Resident Evil 4? Even if it's just for 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I'll think about the girlfriend thing as long as I get to fuck her. And the second part is, we can talk about Resident Evil 4. But okay, Ryan, let it all out. What was your thoughts on the shit they released, the cinematics and all that stuff? But
I don't know how to put it. Like we've already kind of talked about it, I guess, off stream. But I think it's fucking great. Like again, I went through and I stopped before 6, but like I was going through all the games, and like the one thing I just despised with 4 originally, playing it recently, is the fucking stop mechanic. Like you'd stop and shoot.
Yeah.
And it just slowed shit down. And so just seeing the new gameplay that they fucking showed off in the new story, like it fucking, oh man. Like, and it's on the Unreal or Reach for the Moon engine that they've been doing since Remake 2. And like that engine, they just keep improving on it. It just keeps looking better.
That's the RE engine, isn't it?
Yeah, the RE engine, yeah. Which people thought it was a Resident Evil engine, but it's Reach for the Moon. RE Reach, I guess. Or something.
Yeah. And honestly, like I said, we do gotta wrap this up soon. But like it does look incredible. I know a lot of people are pissed off about characters looking different, and there's a bunch of weird fucking lolicons talking about how Ashley looks too old, and I'm like, that's creepy.
Okay, I didn't hear that one. That's creepy though. That is creepy.
I'm like, and so what's your beef here? She's too old? Like she doesn't look enough like a little girl for you? Fuck, like people are weird, man. But yeah, I don't know. It honestly, it looks good. I think the character designs look like faithful, reimaginations of the characters.
Definitely, you know what the reality of it too is like, other than 2, they went a little bit off. Like I never really truly played the original, but like I've watched people play the original too, and I can see where it veered off in certain areas. And I think they'll slightly do that with this one too. But this honestly was what put Resident Evil on the map.
Oh yeah,
was remake or Resident Evil 4. When people go, what was your first Resident Evil game? A large chunk of people is Resident Evil 4. So Capcom, as much like, I guess I'm one of those guys, like I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, as we all know, but they're playing it safe, but I don't mind it. Like they had a great game to begin with, and they just want to fucking just maybe tweak it a little bit, but pretty much give that familiarity with some fucking kick-ass graphics and gameplay. That gameplay that they show off, it's so fucking smooth, and then again, the graphics are just so fucking crisp. It looks so fucking good.
Yeah, but they changed the voice actor.
Actually, the Leon's the same.
No, they changed the voice actor for the merchant. Louise looks like a pedophile now, or Lewis. Ashley looks too old. Like it's just gonna be a bad game all around.
Yeah.
Like sounds terrible, honestly.
And the dog, you can't save the dog anymore. Like, what are they doing?
No, that's fit. I know that's one thing that drives me nuts. Because
here we go, again, Justin. Here we go.
I'm going. Yeah, you got me going down the rabbit
hole.
Going
cycle mode.
Listen, fucking, I don't get it how people are falling for that bait. I know for a fact they're like, they're saying that the intro has completely changed. Like the intro in the original is you go into this house and there's a guy at the fucking fire and you try to communicate with him and then he attacks you. And they're like, it's not in the game anymore. No, it is. They're just cutting the trailer into ways that to manipulate you into thinking that. They literally, the first trailer that they ever show of this game literally shows him looking at a fucking fire.
Yeah.
And then there's a thing like I think you mentioned there, the wolf. There's a part at the very beginning. Well, I think near the beginning of the game where there's a wolf or a dog trapped in a bear trap, and you have the option of freeing him or just leaving him. But later on, when you go into a certain boss fight, he helps you out and acts like a distraction sort of thing, like a little reward for doing that. Yeah, well, that's 2002, so
I can't play this game now.
yeah, 2005. Yeah. But
not even play it anymore.
In recent footage, there's like some people got access to a little press demo, and supposedly the dog. There's a part where it shows a dog in a trap dead. But I know for a fact that Capcom just put it there just as bait. I am more than certain. It's such a huge part of the game. Like that's such a huge talked about part. It's like I can't wait to see and free the dog and blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
Capcom's not going to be like, yeah, we're just going to fucking kill the dog off. Nah, even if they're going with they're trolling and people are falling for it, and it just. They did it with Remake 2. They did it with Remake 3. They do it with a lot of their games, actually. But people just keep on falling for it. And I guess that's the reason why they keep on doing it. But the
thing is, too, I don't, like, do you want to play the same fucking game again? Like, wouldn't it just be boring if it was just an HD remaster? Like, yeah, they updated textures a lot, but, like, I think I'd want it to be a little bit different, just so it's not predictable and stupid. You know?
Yeah, fair
yeah,
enough.
but a lot of yeah, but with that as well, Cody, a lot of people that play this game might be new to the series and might be new to that game in general. You
True.
know, just because it's a remaster doesn't you can't assume that every person playing it has played the original.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's a big thing for them. This is their way to bring like an original, not original idea, but like old game, refreshing it. So I feel like in a certain sense, it shouldn't cost as well. It'll still cost a shit ton to make, but it's just like it's an old idea. They're revitalizing it, and they're going to get new fucking fans out of it.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's a like, and I know people like fucking hate the thing of some people are tired of fucking remakes and stuff, but it's honestly an ingenious thing. Like people will hate it or not, they'll go out and buy it.
It
Like,
it depends
I
on the
honestly
level of
think-
remake.
I feel like this game is gonna fucking sell incredible.
Oh, it's gonna go nuts.
Yeah,
It's gonna go nuts. It's gonna be the best selling Resident Evil game of all time. I guarantee that.
it was in 2005 and it will be in 2023.
Yeah, the hype is real.
Yeah.
But there'll also be a lot of people that are pissed off. You know,
Mhm.
like more pissed
They
off
can't-
than
yeah.
me discovering Amaranth has a husband. Like, I'm still mad about that. My OnlyFans has been revoked.
Yeah.
I will never be the same. But yeah. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. We're almost been going 2 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was great to have Justin back, and I hope we get to see more of this game and see what's going on. I'm pretty excited for it, so I hope it turns out well, and I hope they decide to de-age Ashley a little bit. So.
oh god, Yeah.
No, but seriously, there's some sick people. Was there anything you wanted to shout out or anything, Justin? Or
no, I'm good.
no, you're good,
Good man.
Yeah. Where's your when are you bringing back VR?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someday.
Where's our VR single player experience horror games?
Yeah, you were.
I miss
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
I haven't had time, man.
I know, but there's this new game called Orc Massage, and it looks really fun in VR.
I hope it's as fun as Farm D.
Oh fucking! Donald's still trying to invite me. He's like 1,300 hours in. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that when you fucking trolled him with Farm D.
That. Oh man! And then
Oh,
I photoshopped that picture of him playing it in Discord. Oh,
That was too
Yeah.
far. That was too far. That was too
I
funny.
know.
That was
I
great.
know.
I mean, for me, that's not far enough. That's just great. That's just right. But like, that's so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Creepers coming.
Hell
We'll save that story for another time.
yeah.
But yeah, no, if you have nothing to shut out, I guess I'll just say thank you guys for listening. And if you like the podcast, remember to subscribe on all social media. Links are in the description below. And before we go, I think, Ryan, aren't you doing something with your little partner there? Maybe you want to shout out some new board game thing, right? Tabletop?
Oh.
Holy
Not yet.
fuck.
Not
Holy
yet.
fuck, I
yet.
thought
I'm
I
so
lost you.
confused.
Or is
Yeah,
that,
no,
or
no,
is
no.
that-
I
or
was
is that
just
not
like-
happening yet?
Not
Oh.
happening yet. No, that's
Yeah.
that's happening probably like January, February.
Okay, well, remember to shut that out when it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now I'm just doing the Metal Gear Monday with TK.
Okay.
And then we'll be starting up Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I don't even know how Evil Monday maybe in January. We're just
Sweet.
about done the Metal Gear series.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be streaming on our Twitch, the Not Rich Just Bored, which I recently rebranded from my own Twitch
Hell
channel. I'll probably be streaming some Phasmophobia for Halloween stuff. Maybe
Fuck yeah.
maybe this weekend, like Friday or something. I want to try to do the Apocalypse Challenge, so check that out, guys. There, and Justin, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man.
Later.
Yeah, it's always great. Like, I find like we just get so enthralled. Like it's so easy to talk for like I could probably talk to you guys for like 4 hours. Like
Yeah.
I want to talk some DayZ and Overwatch too. We didn't even get to that. You know?
Don't worry, we'll be talking about that soon enough.
Yeah.
When you fire it up.
That's right. We're going to play some right now. SwordKira went right into the gender politics, and you know,
Oh fuck, as
yeah,
if.
yeah, and then Houster went right into little dick. Like he's like
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
fuck.
like I'm actually non-binary.
Holy.
It's actually
Holy.
it's an enlarged clitoris. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm not going to traumatize you anymore. Remember, again, social media, description below, follow. You know the drill. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.